Hello, everybody. So this video is probably going to go up late. Actually, there's a chance that the next couple of Oscar predicting videos might be a little bit late because I was kind of knocked off schedule. Uh, let's just say I'm recovering from something and it's kind of taking the wind off of me. But I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Uh, at the moment, I just need to do okay, Best Supporting Actor is the category we're talking about today. This is our first acting category. And unlike last year, where the four acting categories were so easy to figure out, like, it was so obvious who was winning, this year it's not quite so simple. I think all four of the acting categories, there is reasonable room for doubt. But I think supporting actor is probably the easiest call to make. Um, so with that out of the way, let's get started. Fifth most likely to win is Leslie Odom Jr. in One Night in Miami. Now, this performance did hit every major precursor, which helps. Odom Jr. is obviously playing Sam Cooke, a real-life singer, and it's a great performance, and it's his first nomination, and he's also nominated for song. I think the big strike against Odom Jr. is the fact that his film is not a Best Picture nominee, which everyone else here is from a Best Picture nominee, and One Night in Miami was surprisingly snubbed on Oscar morning, which took many people by surprise. And for that reason, also the fact that he doesn't have any major wins. I guess he has a couple of critics wins, but in terms of precursors, I feel he's the one I can't really make a case for, because Odom Jr., this is his first nomination. He's more of a theater guy, and while this is certainly a good performance, he's also nominated for song and has a better chance of winning there, and I find it very unlikely that he would also win supporting actor. Plus, he was in the movie Music this year, and I don't want to give an Oscar to anybody who was in the movie Music this year. So, I don't know. Maybe he's not going to be 5 in the voting, but I don't think he has a very good chance of winning at all. Fourth most likely to win is Lakeith Stanfield in Judas and the Black Messiah. Now, I could talk all day about this nomination because it is one of the most shocking Oscar nominations in recent history. Like, the closest thing I could compare it to was when City of God was nominated for 4 Oscars, including director, despite everyone wrote it off as something that was eligible the previous year. This was something that was just not on anybody's radar at all because Stanfield is the lead of the movie, and he was being campaigned in the lead category all season, and there were no rumblings whatsoever about him being pushed supporting. So the nomination is shocking, and we still don't know exactly how the nomination happened, but in terms of a win, I don't know. The fact that he hasn't shown up anywhere all season, and he got one other mention, and it was for lead, but then again, lead actor is a very, very competitive category. So I think there's a chance that some people could vote for him because the performance itself is very strong and the film is well liked and a Best Picture nominee. But the problem is he is so obviously not supporting, and people are so shocked about how this nomination happened that I can't imagine. I mean, not that we haven't given Oscars to category fraud performances before, but usually there's been something of a narrative, something of a, oh, we're going to say this performance is supporting even though it's clearly not, but it's going to get recognition in that category, and that's what people get associated with. Oh, this is a supporting performance. But this performance being nominated in supporting was so out of left field. I think people are more shocked than anything else, and it feels weird to vote for it as the best supporting performance when it's so clearly not that. I think he could still get some votes, but I don't think it'll be enough to win at all. Third most likely to win is Sacha Baron Cohen in The Trial of the Chicago 7. Now, this is interesting to me because Baron Cohen, if you've seen Trial of the Chicago 7, Baron Cohen is good in the movie, but I would be hard pressed to find someone who says he gives the best supporting male performance in the film. Like, why wouldn't you nominate Frank Langella or Yahya Abdul-Mateen or even Mark Rylance? Like, I feel like they get much showier parts. And Baron Cohen is, again, he's good. I'm not going to say he's bad in the film, but it just seems like a weird way to single out the film. I feel like if you showed the movie to someone and said who from the cast is nominated, they would be unlikely to guess Baron Cohen. But to be fair, Baron Cohen, part of the reason why he's showing up here is because he also has Borat's subsequent movie film the same year, and he has a lot of he's been campaigning a lot for that movie as well. And he is definitely a well-liked actor and a daring actor, but in terms of like, he's definitely a capable actor. I think there's no doubt about that, but I don't think he's an actor that has shown he needs to win an Academy Award at this stage in his career. And maybe if he had more to do in the movie, then I'd feel differently, but I just don't see a win for this. I do understand that the movie is very well beloved and that Baron Cohen is campaigning for Borat and that could help him here, but it just seems like such a weird thing. I would be shocked and a little upset if Baron Cohen were to pull off a win here. Second most likely to win is Paul Raci in Sound of Metal. Okay. I think there's a chance he pulls off a shocking upset here if he wins BAFTA. He would have to win BAFTA. This is the performance that has been sweeping at all the Critics' Awards. Before Judas and the Black Messiah came out, Paul Raci was winning everything. And rightfully so. It's an incredible performance. He plays the leader/mentor of this deaf community, and he gets so many great moments. It's a very lived-in, authentic performance, and the scene that he has at the end with Ruben is just so good. And Raci is kind of an out of nowhere actor. He hadn't really done a whole lot prior to this movie, which is why he's probably not in the best position to win. But the performance itself is so beloved, and the movie is beloved. It's nominated for Best Picture and 6 awards total. So people definitely like the movie. I think if anybody is the number 2 in this race, it's Paul Raci. And I think keep an eye out for him if he wins BAFTA. If he wins BAFTA, maybe I'll change my prediction. But for the moment, for the time being, I'm going to stick with number 1 most likely to win, and that is Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. So this performance, so far he's won the Golden Globe, SAG Awards, and Critics' Choice. So he has those 3 main things, and he's very respectable in his speeches. He's also a more established actor than Paul Raci, though admittedly not by that much. He burst out onto the scene a couple years ago with Get Out, and since then he's had some notable performances, but it does seem like his career is rising kind of fast, although he definitely has a lot of talent, and he showcases it in this role. The problem is the role is a co-lead, and seeing how we got so many people who were willing to vote for Stanfield in supporting, we still don't know how that happened, but I have to believe that the people that voted Stanfield in supporting voted Kaluuya in lead, because I don't understand how you can think they're both supporting. So, yeah, part of me is tempted to change my vote to Raci, honestly, but at the moment I'm sticking with Kaluuya because Kaluuya is really well liked and the movie is really well liked, and I don't think this is as sure a victory as some are claiming it is, but his speeches so far in the awards shows have been really respectable, and people really do like the performance. Unless you want to make the category fraud argument, there's no real complaints to be made about the performance itself. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think Kaluuya is ever since the movie came out, he's been steamrolling pretty much every award there's been. It's it's one of those performances that is kind of undeniable. Although, again, the fact that Stanfield is nominated, I don't think Stanfield could get enough votes to win, but I think he could get enough votes to vote split, and that leaves Racy in a very good position. Part of me is one. Okay, I'm not gonna switch. I'm gonna stick with the predicted frontrunner. Daniel Kaluuya is my prediction because it's what makes the most sense. And the other acting categories are a little bit more up in the air, but in supporting actor, I feel confident in saying it's going to be Daniel Kaluuya. So thank you very much for watching, and tune in tomorrow where I will be taking a look at the category of Best Original Screenplay. See you then.